Good Monday morning to you. How is your Monday starting off? How was your weekend, by the way? Drop me some comments. I took yesterday afternoon off from weather, kept an eye on things, but there wasn't much to keep an eye on. Got tons of outside work done, spent some time with the horses. Just a good day to soak up the first meteorological day of summer. That was yesterday, by the way. And it kind of felt like it being outside. So hope that you were able to do the same. Here is a live look, or here will be a live look, hopefully, looking up at Belton, at folks headed north to Kansas City this morning. Mostly blue skies. Again, we're putting up with that wildfire haze, Northern Canadian wildfire smoke drifting through the area, continuing to. We're going to get a little bit of a break for it tomorrow, only because we're going to get some precipitation. I'll talk about that in a second. But I think we'll have a little bit of that haze settling in today. Otherwise, we get up to about 86 again today. So whatever we got into yesterday, summer-wise, early summer feel, we get one more day of it today before the pattern does shift for tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Here's our surface chart just showing continual warming. Today should be the warmest day of the whole stretch. There's a cold front on the way. It's going to knock us back down, but ridging building over the area today. We're going to keep building, enjoy that one more day of sunny blue skies. Here's what's happening in the upper levels. We've been talking about this for the last couple of days. Headed into our severe weather chances for tomorrow. I think, the bottom line is we're all going to see showers and probably some thunderstorms. There is a risk for severe weather as we move toward the afternoon and evening hours. But here's what's going on. We have the subtropical jet down here over the southwest, and we have the northern stream, associated with this trough. And as this trough digs in, here sweeps a cold front through the area, and then these two big pieces of energy lend each other energy. They come close together, they phase for a little bit, and they eventually combine. And this just sets up what it does for us at the surface. It sets up a day of all kinds of things. It's not going to be one isolated event. This is going to be another event where we have different things throughout the day, and I'm going to step through time and show you just one step at a time what happens. But eventually that cold front is going to sag south. Here we are looking at surface chart, and that's going to bring us more organized thunderstorms looking at the afternoon and evening. So I think the day starts off stormy, cloudy, stormy, rainy. I think a few small pop-ups move through. I'll show you in just a second. And then looking at the afternoon, as that front moves through, that's when we have our more organized storms and our chances for severe weather. As illustrated in the severe weather outlook, 2 out of 5 is this yellow area. All of east central Kansas and west central Missouri will be picked up into that for tomorrow, Tuesday. Good news, tornado threat being a little bit less than what we have seen in severe weather season so far, just the 2 to 4%, so it's not zero. If we have it, it'll be in those little clustered cells that move through probably first ahead of the main line that comes through in the evening. And so it's a narrow window, it's a narrow time frame, so we get to look a little bit less for tornado threat looking toward Tuesday. Here is how this plays out. This is Monday night. Keep an eye on Kansas. Look at this. It just starts to rush across, right? Keep your eyes on east central Kansas. I think you guys start to pick up some little pop-up thunderstorms between Wichita and Kansas City. This is about 3-4 in the morning. And as it moves through, let's pause this and see. This is about 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Yeah, when we just have these little pop-up thunderstorms, right? So waking up Tuesday, you're going to know that we're off to a start, right? So especially around Butler, Warrensburg, Sedalia, Warsaw, Eldo here, all the way, the whole region, just going to be showers and some small pop-up thunderstorms. These could be pretty noisy. So I think that's what your Tuesday morning wakes up like. Then as we move through, I think we get a little bit of a break. Let's see, what are we up to now? This is about 10 a.m. So, yeah, I mean, down here, throughout the morning, Joplin, Springfield, headed over towards Lebanon and Rolla, you guys look to catch some thunderstorm activity. But up here in west central Missouri, Butler, Warrensburg, I think we catch a little bit of a break. And I'm going to move ahead now to here we go, by 1 p.m., here we go. As the front moves in along, ahead of the front, I think we're going to see Emporia, Osage City, Burlington, Ottawa. You guys over in Kansas starting to pick up stronger clustered thunderstorms. These would be the ones that we would watch. We'll see if they roll in early enough to pick up on too much instability building throughout the day. But these will be possibly robust little thunderstorms as illustrated by our severe weather outlook. So the threats with these, there is a significant cap in place. So what could happen is these storms could be very elevated, which would mean that our predominant threat really is hail. So I look for these if they do come along. And again, here I'm looking about noon, 1, 2 on Tuesday afternoon. The predominant threat would be winds, but I think it's going to be bigger hail. So that's what gets started about that time frame. Let's keep rolling. This is now about 3 p.m. that I see a little bit more organized, but these are still clustered thunderstorms straddling state line, right? Just south of Kansas City, all of this is. Again, I'm at about 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. We just kind of have a cluster still well ahead of the front, because watch what happens behind that. Here we go. This time frame here now picking up about 7 p.m. that I expect our main line to roll through. So these storms would be the beneficiary of the heating in the afternoon. So this is where I look for another round of storms that would definitely pop. So anything is possible with these. I think these are more significant for hail, but also strong damaging winds. Can't rule out our little tornado risk, especially if small cells that were organized, especially if they siphon off, right, and become discrete. So all modes, but I think we're predominantly talking about wind and hail. So that is the time frame that we'll be stepping through. So here we are up to about this is going to be later, 10 p.m. So 10 p.m. still ongoing, and it's going to straggle down to the south and the west. So I see Fort Scott, Iola, Chanute, Neodesha, Parsons. I think you guys picking up the end of this between 9 and 11, let's say, tomorrow night. So like I say, it's just a long day. It's going to be a day of one thing after another. I think it's going to be gloomy all day. Some of us are going to get several rounds of little thunderstorms. Some of us aren't going to get any until the main line moves through later in the evening. So because of that, I think the other thing we're talking about, as usual this time of year, we're still talking about excessive rainfall. So heads up to the low-lying areas. Anybody watching for flooding, here is the expected rain footprint across the area. It's a widespread 1 to 3 inches across our part of the Midwest, right? So locally, that's going to do this for us. I think it's going to give us about 2.25 inches up in Kansas City. As we go south, I'm looking on the Missouri side. I think it's right at 2.25 in Cass County. Bates County in the little bit darker red here, picking up closer to 2.75 inches. Over on the Kansas side, anywhere between 2.25 to 2.5. So like I say, again, a widespread 1 to 3 inches could be a concern for some of our low-lying areas. What else happens is the temperature change. You heard me say that the cold front brings about our storms, or that's where we expect them to form, along and in front of the cold front, and then this will drop temperatures down. So goodbye to the 80s for a little while. They come back by Friday. Using Harrisonville numbers here, so yours will be a degree or two different around the region. So that's what I'm talking about for tomorrow. Like I say, I will be watching this throughout the day. So we could have strong storms that do move in earlier than that main line. Definitely hear me say that. So be paying attention. Have ways throughout the day Tuesday. You can get weather alerts, probably just severe thunderstorm, but I'll be watching it through the day. So if any warnings do drop, I will get on here. We'll talk about it live on Facebook, and I appreciate you joining me. You guys can give me your comments. Let me know what's going on. It'll also be over on YouTube, the same stream as well. And so you can follow at both of those places. And I think during the daytime into the afternoon and evening tomorrow, that'll be a good thing. It's a good day for us to just keep weather aware. I will be here and I will keep you posted. Have an awesome day. Catch you later.